this one to me is probably the most important. And I feel like this is something that I've kind of only realized in the last year, which is kind of sad. But you really need to trust yourself and do your own research and find your own answers on no matter what you're doing. And the way this happened is Tesla. That Tesla is basically what taught me this lesson. And I won't go off deep in it, but about a year ago, I had some stocks that I'd had for a long, long time, and they weren't anything glamorous. And I owned them, and I didn't own them within an investment company or anything. I just owned them outright, and I didn't really do anything with them. Didn't know what I was going to do with them. But one day I was, I don't even really remember what I was looking at, but I was on YouTube. I was probably watching This'll Do is what I was probably doing, or something to do with video editing or something like that.
Like and subscribe. This'll do farm.
Anyway, I watched a video about Tesla, and I didn't know anything about it. I thought that it was kind of a joke. I'd always thought the idea of electric cars was kind of a joke, and I won't go into all that detail because a lot of people still do. But anyway, it really interested me. And I asked a friend of mine something about it, and they just laughed it off, and you know, they gave me the world's never going to go to electric vehicles, and you know, Tesla doesn't make any money, and I was like, yeah. And then I started watching more, and I started reading, and I downloaded their annual report that year, and I dug and I dug and I dug, and I got to the point where I basically convinced myself that was a good investment. And I took these stocks that I had, and I cashed them in, and I went to my investment representative, and I told him that I wanted to buy Tesla. And he tried to talk me out of it. And then he told me that I could buy the stock within my account, but he was going to make me sign a paper basically telling me that he had advised me that it was a risky deal. And I went through with it because I had conviction. I had done my homework, and I knew, right or wrong, I was convinced it was the right thing to do. And you know what? It did turn out to be the right thing to do. The money that I put in, it's been a great investment. And, you know, we'll talk about Tesla some other time. But after that, through all that, I realized that anybody that you talk to, they're going to give you advice through the guise of who has taught them and what their life experience is. I don't care if you're talking about investment or you're talking about what brand of seed corn to plant, or whether you're talking about you name it. You have to be true to yourself, and you have to trust yourself, because there's a lot of times that you're going to make a decision, and there's going to be plenty of people that are going to tell you you're wrong, and they're going to give you all the reasons that they know why you're wrong. But you have to remember that if you've dug and you've read and you've watched and you've prayed on it and you've put in the time to know that that's the right decision for you, I'd say it's pretty rare that will end up being a bad decision. It'll end up being a good decision.
Yeah, and I think really do your research, you know.
Yeah.
Dad didn't just look into Tesla and, you know, couple days and he was like, "Yep, I'm buying Tesla." He put some real time into it. Annual reports, videos, articles, real time. And